Hi guys, Adrian Cahill here, professional coach, and I'm making this video to show you how coaching starts. Now I'm showing you this for two very good reasons. Firstly, a friend of mine who is in dire straits right now, he asked me about coaching him, and sadly I said no. And this is 6 months ago. I said no because I thought I shouldn't coach him because he was one of my very good friends. Now I didn't coach him. He asked me about help. I gave him a bit of free advice. I didn't coach him. I suggested he see a coach, but I didn't coach him. I gave him a little bit of advice, and now the poor guy's going through a divorce. Right. Now, if he would have had coaching, real deep work, I swear he would have got through it. Okay? So there's a huge cost for people that don't do coaching if they're right for it. But on the other side of the coin, I'm right here in Bali right now, and one gentleman in the room has spent about a quarter of $1,000,000 on personal development. He's been trained by them all. He's been in them all. And he thinks that the coaching and the program he was on here in Bali was the best. Now, this man has spent a $250,000 on coaching and training. At the same time, just the other night, I was speaking to someone who spent $20,000 coaching and didn't get a great result. And that's just fucked. Okay? So look, I don't want people that should be coached getting divorced or losing their business or not being there for their kids. And I don't want people being ripped off and not getting results. So it's very important I share this. And this is really, really simple, but I'm going to share with you a bit more depth. All right? So the first thing you do is when you're connecting with your coach is obviously you're talking, right? You're having a conversation. This is where you need to have your mind open and kind of switched on. Talking, leading into the assessment. You need to share what you're going to do, and you also want to hear what the other person does. Okay? Now, if you're helping if you want to be really smart, ask the coach first what kind of people they work with. That's if you want to be really smart. But typically what you'll do is you'll get on the phone, you'll talk with the coach, and they will assess your needs. Now, if you ask them what they do first, it'll give you a better indication if they're anywhere near the vicinity of what you're looking for, okay? If you just come out and tell the coach what you want, there's a chance that the coach can reflect it back and go, yeah, I help lots of people do that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but you've also given them that information. So if you want to be really smart, ask the coach first what kind of clients they work with, who do they do, that'll help you a lot. Or just be straight up, tell them what you want, right? And then you go into the assessments, assessing what you need and can they provide that. Have they done it for themselves? Have they done it for other people? Now, your coach doesn't necessarily need to be or have done what you want. If you're looking at making, say, $10 million, you don't need a coach that's made $10 million. You need a coach that's going to get you your result. If you've got kids and you're having a bit of a challenge managing kids and business, you don't necessarily need a coach that has kids and a business. However, wouldn't it really help if your coach actually has kids and has a business and knows what it is? But what I think is more important is, has your coach coached people that have a business and kids and have those clients had success? So you've got to assess your needs and really assess if the coach can help you get that. So for sure, it's beneficial if the coach has, $10 million and everything that you want and freedom, emotional freedom, financial freedom. But what's more important is, can he help you get it? Now, I personally have the financial freedom. Have I helped people create financial freedom? You bet. So if that's the kind of thing, it might be down the line. Joe Blow down the street, who is, life coaching people might say he can, but has he done it himself? Can he help you do it? So you really want to assess if they can get you the results. Now, this is very important that this is done first, and you really want to focus on assessing your results. can you get your results? Then comes a commitment. And this is where people get stuck. This is where people get stuck. Traditionally, you got to commit. You got to pay. You got to figure out the money, make an exchange. Free coaching doesn't work. Well, it does work. It works just as good as advice, or like these people looking for YouTube videos. You got to commit to the process. You got to commit to your next level. You got to commit to what you want. If you want to make 10 million bucks, you got to commit to be the person that makes $10 million. So you got to commit. Are you serious about what you want? If you're serious about what you want, commit. Then you're going to grow like hell, because your coach is going to hold you accountable to your commitment. So you commit, your coach helps you with your commitment. So it's really important that you're committed. Now, with that commitment comes a price, and that's where people get stuck. There are 3 reasons people don't do coaching. 3 reasons. Reasons or excuses. You make your choice. Okay, so the first reason is obviously the commitment. Oh, it's money. Oh, I can't afford it. You can't afford it, or you don't want to commit. There is a genuine factor here of there is like a ceiling or too much. If you want to make $10 million and I say, okay, well, you pay me $10 million in coaching and I'll help you get there. It's not quite right. Is it really? Now, some coaching programs, $20,000, some $50,000, some $100,000, and some are $19.95. It's amazing how many people don't coach because of the money factor. Now, I'm an investor at heart. You know, I've had investment properties. I bought my first investment property when I was 22. One of my first coaches told me that the price of coaching should be no more than 10% of their salary. Another coach told me no more than 20% of their salary. Yet I've seen amazing people get amazing results using their credit cards going into debt. I'm not a fan of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a fan of using credit cards going into debt for coaching. However, look at it. If a person goes into debt, if they spend $2,000 or $20,000 or $200,000 on coaching and get no result, then it's a waste of money. The ROI, return on investment, would be nothing. Now, your average kind of coaching packages, depending on what you're doing, you might get a return on investment where you put in $1,000 to coaching and you make an extra $10,000 that year. That represents an ROI, return on investment, of 10 times. Hell yeah. So if your ROI is 10 times, then using a credit card, swiping it, paying whatever you want, and getting a 10 times result equals a huge return on investment. So the actual key here is return on investment, not the price. Not the price. It's a return on investment. And that's where people get it wrong. They're like, oh, that's expensive. Expensive compared to what? It's cheap compared to a Louis Vuitton handbag. It's cheap compared to a Rolex. But then again, it's expensive compared to a Seiko. The important factor with cost is totally ROI, return on investment. Now, let's say you coach with me. Let's say it's 10 grand. Let's say over the following months, your salary goes up. Let's say you don't get a divorce. Let's say your wife supports you more. Let's say you step up in your family life as a better man, you get better results. It's a bit hard to put a financial figure on that. What's your happiness worth? Now, if you drop in 10K, right? And a couple of months later, you're like a new transformed person. So much happier, up on the next level, better with teams. Is that return on investment worth it? I would hope it is. Now, on the flip side, if that investment is $100,000, and you are an English teacher in Thailand, $100,000 might be like way outside. And if you're teaching kids and you just want to get I don't know, laid, or you just want to create a passive income of a little bit of money, $100,000 is going to be way too much. So the return on investment is not there. Hence, business coaching is traditionally pretty expensive. Executive coaching, pretty expensive. Life coaching, kind of cheapish. All about return on investment. The other excuse people have is time, and straight up, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Who doesn't have 1 hour a week to focus on what they want? 1 hour a week, maybe 2 hours a week. For my clients, a bit more, because I'll push them, and during the week, maybe a little call or a bit of a message, and give them a bit of encouragement for the week. And that hour or two is all working on themselves. So that time, any time, is just BS. The last one is fear. Fear. They may have a fear of committing to their goal. They may have a fear of paying the money. They may have a fear of, what if it doesn't work? They may have a fear of, what if I get ripped off? They may have a fear of, am I worth it? Am I good enough? You know, is a coach gonna hurt my feelings? You know, am I gonna have to step outside my comfort zone? That's all fear. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is probably one of the biggest reasons why you need to do coaching. Because a coach will hold your hand over your fears. He will stretch you outside your comfort zone, stretch you, right? And when you're stretched, what happens? It's just like a gym. When you go to the gym and you stretch and you work out, you get guns. Coaching is exactly the same, but sometimes people need to step up and commit to what they want. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So there you have it. The three main reasons: money, time, fear. So get on the phone, talk to a coach, assess. Can they get you the results? Get ready to commit. You really want the results? Commit, and boom, you're gonna be growing and having a blast. The only regret you're gonna have is that you didn't start earlier. You're gonna be telling your friends about it, and there's some coaches like me that don't really focus much on marketing. You'll see, I got bugger all marketing. I don't really care much about marketing. I care about results. I'm normally too busy with my wife or my kids or with my clients to do marketing stuff. But I hope you enjoy this little video, and I think I'll make a few more over the next months. Okay, enjoy guys, enjoy.